Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Crypto Tips. My name is Heidi.
And I'm Toby.
And today we're going to talk about what I think Toby is excited about it too, a really cool new development of basically how the world could potentially change through the adoption of Bitcoin on the nation level, right?
Yeah, so the president of El Salvador, his name is Nayib Bukele, he came out and tweeted this. Okay, so he has 4 steps. The first one, it's not that important. Okay, first one is great weather, world-class surfing beaches, beachfront properties for sale. Okay, well, there's plenty of places like that.
Who cares about surfing?
Number 2, yeah, surfing's stupid. I'm kidding. All right, so the second one, one of few countries in the world with no property tax. Number 3, no capital gains tax for Bitcoin, since it will be a legal currency. Number 4, immediate permanent residence for crypto entrepreneurs. Now, there's the US, which is going the complete opposite way of this, I mean, one of our biggest, we run a Patreon channel, right? And we have our portfolio updates and we tell people what we are in. And the biggest question that we have, the most reoccurring question is, how do I buy this coin? I'm a US citizen. And it really sucks because I have to tell people, I'm sorry, you can't buy this coin. Your government doesn't trust you with your money, what you are or not allowed to use with your money. So this is...
If it's an ERC20 token, they can use a decentralized exchange. But if you're talking about like a fiat on-ramp or off-ramp, yeah, very limited options if you're a U.S. citizen.
So the U.S. is what you would call a brand name country. Everybody's heard of the U.S. People are like, oh, you're from the U.S., I want to hang out with you, blah, blah, blah. Well, part of the reason why we renounced our U.S. citizenship is because we knew what was about to happen. We renounced several years ago, and we understood that, okay, governments are going to be cracking down, or the U.S. government is going to be cracking down on cryptocurrencies like never before. I didn't expect it to be this harsh. I didn't actually expect it to be one of the least free crypto nations in the world, but that's what happened. So unfortunately, now we have segregation, whereas the U.S. gets Binance.us and the rest of the world gets Binance.com. And that's really sad because I think Americans are pretty smart when it comes to financial, education, and I'm sure they can make some wise choices on what their financial situation could be like. So if they invested in the right projects, I'm sure they're pretty smart.
So basically, what I find, I said in the intro, is so interesting and a really exciting new development is this concept of countries competing for citizenships, where it's kind of turning into a free market where you are able to become a citizen or gain permanent residency or, get more benefits based on participating in the cryptocurrency economy. I did a video actually back in 2019 talking about this concept of a global flippening happening where there's a lot of these struggling economies, struggling countries that were just, really desperate maybe for an edge to boost their economy or, an edge to benefit themselves, and cryptocurrency represents that for many of them. And it'd be really interesting to see how this develops with both this person in particular, how he fares, but also the country itself, how it actually benefits, if this benefits the citizens of that country as well, which I really hope so, or if it's just going to be benefiting, the rich people who decide to move there, and the long-term effects and how this might and hopefully will inspire other countries to offer benefits to people as well. So as the end user, this kind of a concept of it being a free market for citizenships, it's going to benefit you the most. And if you've been investing in cryptocurrencies, if you've been pursuing this kind of a free life, a sovereign life, you might find that you have a lot more options and ways to follow through on those options that you didn't have before.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's go into his next tweet. Okay, so Naib tweeted, Bitcoin has a market cap of $680 billion. If 1% of it is invested in El Salvador, that would increase our GDP by 25%.
Wow.
So the fact that he'd even say that is pretty nuts, you know? Like, I mean, good luck of him gaining 1% of Bitcoin. That's going to be quite a task because I think a lot of the people that have already bought Bitcoin, the major players, are here to stay. Like, they're not going to sell their Bitcoin. So if he's going to try to get 1% of Bitcoin into the country, that's going to probably raise the price crazy amounts. I doubt that he's actually going to be able to do that, but I wish him all the luck. And we're going to be very happy if he does that.
Maybe he's going to try to be the next Elon Musk and like try to FUD his way into a position of Bitcoin.
Maybe. We'll see. Here's another one from Documenting Bitcoin. Recovering from a brutal civil war, El Salvador is now the 6th highest ranked country in inbound remittance from the U.S., making up 24% of the nation's GDP. With 70% of the population not having access to a bank account. Bitcoin could really change that because Bitcoin is literally banking the unbanked. And right now, I think there's about 2.6 billion people around the world that don't have a bank account. There's reasons for that, whether they're too poor, whether they don't have nice clothes that they can walk into a bank and open up a bank account or an address. A lot of the world actually works for $1 a day or less. So I mean, this would be a real game changer, I think, especially when the fees for Bitcoin become lower as well, because that's going to step in. That's going to hurt a lot of people as well.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, we are still early with Bitcoin. I expect it to really ramp up its progress in the future.
Yeah. But also, if they're adopting Bitcoin as legal tender, right? Like, because they're saying that it's not going to be subjected to capital gains tax. That means that these people are going to be exposed to Bitcoin, which is the gateway into other cryptocurrencies as well. That's why these altcoin price movements follow Bitcoin, because usually people are entering those coins through first purchasing Bitcoin and then trading that into the altcoins.
Bitcoin's a gateway.
So yeah, it's a great gateway crypto. So even though Bitcoin might have some high fees, it would definitely allow them to take advantage of other cryptocurrencies that are very fast, very cheap to transact in. There's a lot of them. Just definitely will be keeping my eye on how this develops and how it influences other nations as well.
So one of the big dangers of Naib going public with this, he's going against the Bank of International Settlements. He's going against the U.S. Federal Reserve, the ECB. He's going against, the U.S. military, which is backing the U.S. dollar. So, man, I wish this guy all the best, but he's definitely on thin ice, especially going really public like that. And the Bitcoin community is very loud as well, and so they're going to be trying to tell the entire world. And I'm sure the U.S. government is definitely watching some of the top Bitcoin Twitter accounts. So with that said, this is, I just wonder how long it's going to be a legal currency for El Salvador. But if he does succeed, then he just set the path for 190 different countries around the world, because obviously I don't think the U.S. is going to jump on the train. Neither is Canada or Australia or the U.K. But maybe some of the freer nations, economically freer nations, will potentially do that. So we shall see. But let's wish this guy the best, because not everybody's perfect. I get it. He's a president puppet, whatever you want to call him or whatever. But at least he's come out and had the balls to pretty much do this.
I mean, because here's the thing, right, is that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, none of them are perfectly decentralized, but Bitcoin is decentralized enough to continue purporting this really disruptive technology, and without any repercussions, really, is because it is decentralized. There's not one single point of failure, single point of focus for a government to hone in on to take it down.
Okay, so there's a great book called Confessions of an Economic Hitman by John Perkins, and it goes over how people kind of infiltrate different nations economically, and what they crash them, rise them up, crash them again. So it's really interesting. I would definitely recommend it. I would definitely recommend it for the president as well to read, because I mean, he's up against stuff that I honestly don't think he knows what he's up against. So anyways, I wish him all the best. If he does fail, keep in mind that that means nothing with the overall value of Bitcoin. Yeah. Its fundamentals are still there. It doesn't mean anything if one guy gets taken out or whatever. Yeah. So just realize that and keep that in mind, that anything can happen.
Yeah, it's that phrase, we need Bitcoin, Bitcoin doesn't need us, or whatever, it's not like the Bitcoin network will continue to function with or without the support of this person, but he needs Bitcoin to, really improve his economy, and he's not the only one. So, yeah.
Yeah. So.
It's only a matter of time before everyone realizes that they need Bitcoin, and then there we go.
Yeah. For some, it'll be too late.
And then we find that utopia, or whatever cryptocurrency it is.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, everyone. That's going to wrap it up for today's video. Hope that you found it informative and interesting.
And like and subscribe, please.
Yeah.
It does us a great favor. And yeah, we really appreciate everyone, especially with us going over 100,000 subs, and we're already at like almost 104,000 now. And join our Patreon. It's for our trade updates, what we've been doing, and also classes as well. And also, you guys need to stay disobedient. Don't follow the sheep. Instead, follow this channel.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye-bye.